Okay, for this last review question, we're going to talk about how to calculate the area of this weirdly shaped thing. So I use the box method, which means I create a box around the shape, and then I calculate the area from there by subtracting out all the little mini triangles that I make, and sometimes you'll have to subtract some rectangles out too, depending on how weird your shape looks. So the first thing I'm going to start with is I'm going to create a box completely around, and you've seen this box before on the perimeter video. It's the same thing. I'm just creating a bunch of right triangles basically so that I've got this big box. And then from there, I'm going to calculate what the area of that box is. So the area of the box is always going to be length times width. And I just do that by counting the total distances. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this entire distance right here is 12. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that entire distance is 11. So the area of the box would be 12 times 11, which is 132 square units, or units squared. So that's the total area that I'm subtracting out, not all these little mini triangles, in order to find the area of that shape. So I'm going to just label each triangle with a color. If you don't have colors and you're working on this, I would suggest labeling them like number 1, number 2, number 3, and doing it from there. So I'm going to start with the red triangle. The area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. And to get the base and the height, it's again just counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my area is going to be 1/2 times 5 times 5. Plug that into your calculator, and you should get 12.5. 12.5. So the red triangle's area is 12.5. And I just want to keep that information. I'm going to use it at the very end when I'm subtracting. So now let's do this purple one. That's purple, by the way, if you can't tell. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be my new base and height for the purple triangle. So again, 1/2 base times height. So 1/2, 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Half of 18 is 9. So it should be pretty easy to calculate all these little areas because we're using the exact same formula every time. The only thing that's actually changing is the base and the height. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter which one you keep as the base and the height because you're multiplying. So like 2 times 3 is the same thing as 3 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for this guy, for the green triangle, it's 1/2 base times height. Again, 1/2, I'm going to do 3 times 7. So 3 times 7 is 21. Half of 21 is 10.5. Okay, and then for the last one, I'm going to make it an orange guy. Okay, orange triangle. Same formula, 1/2 base times height. Got to get those. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have 1/2 8 times 3, which is 12. Okay, so now that I have all these little areas, I'm trying to get like the inside of my box by subtracting out what I don't need. So if my total area of my box is 132, so the area of the box is 132, I'm going to subtract out 4 of those triangles that I calculated. So 1, okay, I'm just writing all that down so I don't have to go back and change the color. Okay, I'm going to subtract out the red triangle because I don't need him in my area. The red triangle was 12.5. I'm going to subtract out the purple triangle because I don't need that one, and that was 9. I'm going to subtract out the green triangle, which is 10.5, and I forgot a subtraction line. There we go. And then I also want to subtract out the orange triangle, which was 12. Okay, so I'm going to plug that into my calculator. I'm going to do 132 minus 12.5 minus 9 minus 10.5 minus 12. And what that ultimately is going to give me is 88. So the area inside the box, I'm just going to shade that so you know what area I'm talking about. That's 88. I don't have units, but I'm going to call it units squared. Okay, so if you have a shape that's even weirder, like you might have to create more boxes, more triangles, but you're always starting with a giant box and subtracting out what you don't need.